Guys, sparring is not a competition. It is a time to get better. Let me explain. One of the things that I tell our students all the time is work on the things that you suck at. Sparring is a safe place to experiment. So you need to think about the things that you need to polish, the things that you need to work on, the new techniques that you learned earlier in the week. If you always go into sparring, you're always working on your A game, things that you're great at. At some point, you're gonna peak. You're never gonna get better. If you become absolutely great at these one or two techniques or these one or two elements of sparring, and then you go up against somebody who's a little bit more experienced and they're going to be able to expose you, and then you won't have the ability to switch things up because the only thing you work is the things that you're most comfortable with. Sparring is a time to try new things, experiment with new techniques. Tell your training partners what you want to work on. Help each other out. But do not go into sparring thinking that every time you go in you have to win or everything has to be a war. It's gonna get you to a certain point, but after a while, you're gonna plateau. You have to try new things. You also need to check your ego at the door. Okay, if you're mad or pissed off after you spar, then you're going into it already with the wrong mentality. You should be going into it analyzing things, trying to get better, and then reverse engineer. You obviously want to push yourself. You obviously want to try to get your cardio, your endurance up, work on those nerves. You have to balance those things out. There's a time and place for hard sparring, obviously more so for competitors, those who are trying to get that extra conditioning in, that extra mental toughness. But for the most part, sparring should be playful, sparring should be technical. It should be a time to try new things and polish your technique.